Have you ever heard of witches who ruled the night skies? Not with broomsticks, but with the roar of engines and the courage of lions. This is the incredible, untold story of the 588th Night Bomber Regiment, a unit so feared by their enemies they were given a chilling nickname, the Nakfexen, or the Night Witches. During the darkest days of World War II, the Soviet Union made a groundbreaking decision. They would form all-female combat aviation regiments. Among them, the 588th stood out. These weren't just pilots. They were mechanics, navigators, and ground crew, all women, many of them barely out of their teens, who volunteered to defend their homeland. But they weren't given state-of-the-art warplanes. Instead, they flew the Polikarpov Pot, a biplane made of wood and canvas. It was a relic, designed in the 1920s as a crop duster and training aircraft. It was slow, fragile, and had an open cockpit, exposing the pilots to the brutal Russian winters, with frostbite being a constant threat. The plane was so small and light, it could barely carry 2 bombs at a time, and it offered no parachutes, no armor, and no radio. Their only defenses were a pistol and the darkness of the night. So, how did these women, in their obsolete planes, become one of the most effective units in the Soviet Air Force? They turned their weaknesses into strengths. The Po-2's maximum speed was slower than the stall speed of the advanced German Messerschmitt Bf-109 fighters. This meant that if a German pilot tried to slow down to engage them, they would risk stalling and crashing. The Night Witches were almost impossible to shoot down. Their strategy was a masterclass in stealth and psychological warfare. They flew exclusively at night, in groups. 1 or 2 planes would act as decoys, attracting the German searchlights and anti-aircraft fire. While the defenses were distracted, the third pilot would cut her engine and glide silently towards her target. The only sound the German soldiers would hear was a soft whoosh just moments before the bombs fell. This eerie, ghostly sound was what earned them the name Night Witches. It was the sound of impending doom, delivered by unseen phantoms of the night. The psychological impact was immense. German soldiers were constantly on edge, denied sleep, and haunted by the whisper of the planes. The fear and exhaustion these nightly raids caused were just as damaging as the bombs themselves. The German High Command even promised the prestigious Iron Cross medal to any pilot who could shoot down just one of the Night Witches' planes, a testament to how much of a nuisance they had become. But few ever claimed that prize. These missions were incredibly dangerous. Flying low and slow meant they were vulnerable to ground fire if spotted, and because their planes could only carry a small payload, the pilots had to fly multiple missions every single night. It wasn't uncommon for a crew to fly 8 or more sorties between dusk and dawn, landing only to refuel and rearm before taking off again into the darkness. Over the course of the war, the regiment flew over 24,000 missions and dropped 23,000 tons of bombs. They played a crucial role in key battles, from the Caucasus to Crimea, Poland, and eventually the final push to Berlin. Their targets were supply depots, command centers, and enemy encampments. They harassed and disrupted the German war machine relentlessly, night after night. Let's talk about the women themselves. They were led by Major Yevidokia Bershinskaya, a skilled pilot who commanded with discipline and care. The unit's top-scoring pilots, like Nadezhda Popova and Marina Raskova, became legends. Popova herself was shot down several times, but always found her way back to base to fly again. These weren't just soldiers. They were students, factory workers, and young dreamers who answered the call of duty with extraordinary bravery. They faced not only the enemy, but also the skepticism of their male counterparts. Yet they proved themselves beyond any doubt, earning the respect of the entire Soviet military. By the end of the war, 32 members of the 588th had lost their lives in combat. 24 were awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union, the nation's highest honor for bravery. The unit became the most highly decorated female unit in the Soviet Air Force, a symbol of resilience and defiance. After the war, their story was largely forgotten outside of Russia, a footnote in the grand narrative of a global conflict. But the legacy of the Night Witches is a powerful reminder that heroes come in all forms. They weren't equipped with the best technology, but they had something far more valuable: ingenuity, unbreakable spirit, and a profound love for their country. They took a simple crop duster and turned it into a weapon of legendary status, proving that courage is not determined by the machine you fly, but by the heart of the person at the controls. The next time you look up at the night sky, remember the Night Witches. Remember the soft whoosh of their gliders, the sound that struck terror into the hearts of an army and brought hope to a nation under siege. Their story is a testament to the incredible things ordinary people can achieve in the face of extraordinary adversity. Thank you so much for watching and learning about these incredible women with me today. If you found this story as inspiring as I do, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more stories of forgotten heroes. Let us know in the comments what other hidden histories you'd like us to explore. Until next time, stay curious.